Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how I got this look. This is my dewy kind of luminous look for the spring and summer. This is how I get that dewy look, but I get it to last all day on my skin type, which I am oily combo skin. So I'm super oily in the T-zone, and then I'm dry around my lower chin area and my mouth, around my mouth, right here under my nose. My nose is super oily, but right here, this crevice is super dry and crusty. It's so weird. But anyways, and I get oily right here, my nose, and then my forehead. So just the obvious places. Everywhere else is pretty dry, so it's a really inconsistent situation. But that is the perks of having combo skin. So anyways, this is how I got this look. It's mostly drugstore. I just threw a couple of things that are high end, but you can definitely substitute them. They're not like that's not the point of this video. The more of the Luminous stuff will be drugstore products. So it just, as I didn't plan that, it just happened that way. But you know, if you're interested in this look, just make sure you keep on watching. Thank you guys.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Okay, so starting out, always make sure you have a good SPF. This is the season of, you know, the sun. Really, I feel like obviously you should be wearing SPF all year long, but especially during the spring and summer months, you know, like especially. Where we're outside more, we're in the sun more, we're doing more activities outside, it is a lot more crucial. So I'm going to use a Biore UV Aqua Rich SPF 50. So I got this from Yes Style. I couldn't find it anywhere else. I think Amazon had it, but it was like more expensive. So oh, feel a pimple coming right here. Oh gosh, pimples. Pimples are real. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, there it is. Once you know your skin and you struggle with acne and stuff like that, you can feel them coming way early. So my skin looks really clear right here, but I have a pimple right here under the skin. So, welcome. Not really, but it is what it is. So for primer, I'm going to use the Glass Skin Primer by Milani, peach one. Just so pretty. Honestly, I don't feel like it does anything else other than give me like a dewy base. Normally I'd want to wait a little bit longer for my SPF to dry down all the way, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of in a rush, so I need to get my makeup done today, like now, like yesterday. Oh, it smells so good, but this is heavily fragrance. It smells like peach, so it reminds me of the Peach palette by Too Faced. It's like that peach, just more strong. It's definitely more intense. And this primer, and it is lingering a little bit on the skin. So I'm not super sensitive to fragrance, so I'm okay, but I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know in case you guys are sensitive to fragrance, but I'm not, so I'm okay with this. So it just gave me a light, very light dew, which is fine. I don't want to overdo it because I am going to use my Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. This is key for me to be able to pull off a dewy skin look. I can't pull off a lot of dewy foundations, but for whatever reason, this one just works on my skin. I feel like it's just so good, and I feel like it's really good for a lot of people and a lot of skin types from what I've heard. But it does have that slight paint smell like the original did, just not as intense. guys see, it's like very, very subtle, but I have a slight little glow. And that's kind of how I really love my glow to start out in the day. As the day goes on, I will get glowier, I will get shinier, but it'll still look really, really nice and healthy. But right now, this is how this process begins, and then throughout the day, it'll get a little bit dewier and a little more even glowy and luminous, whatever you want to call it. But you know, it'll get to that intense, more intense point eventually during the day. I don't really time it, so I can't tell you exactly what hour. I just know I notice it at the end of the day a lot more. So this is the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer. This has been my current favorite, just overall. Just using a Real Techniques brush. This one was clean. I just dirtied it right now. If you're acne prone, like I was or am, I guess I still am, make sure you're washing your brushes. I know you don't want to hear this, but make sure you're washing your brushes more consistently than somebody obviously that is not super sensitive, because I think I was washing my brushes like once a month or once every 2 months. I know some people that never wash their brushes. Have never washed their brushes. It's like such a weird thing to me. But anyways, I know as soon as I went to MAC for just like a, I don't know if it was a makeover, it was like an event they were having for a new release. I went and along with my friend, and one of the girls, when she was doing my makeover, she was like, how often do you wash your brushes? Because obviously you could tell my acne or whatever. And I was like once a month, every like 2 months maybe, depending. She was like, oh no, honey, you need to be washing those every 2 weeks minimum. And I was like, oh no. And so I was like, all right, whatever. So I started washing my brushes more often. And no joke, I'm not going to say it cured my acne, because it did not. But it definitely helped. My acne went from, I don't know, a 10 to like an 8. So I was like, okay, so my acne was definitely bacterial. And before people say, why didn't you just wash your face? Okay, so bacterial is just more than just washing your face. I washed my face. It was the fact that I lived... No, I didn't live. I practically lived. I worked at a fast food restaurant, and there was grease in the air, like greasy air particles all over my face, and then I would touch my face, because I did touch my face. That was like one of the things. I would touch my face, and I would, you know, infect my skin pores or whatever. And so I learned the hard way that that's bad for you. Obviously. Well, I mean, it could have been the easy way too, but I learned that I was infecting my skin pores, but I couldn't quit my job. So, the alternative was to be cleaner, or I'm sorry, be cleaner. Could I be cleaner? Do what was in my control, which was clean my brushes. So, I'm using the Juicy Pang blusher in the shade Orange 1. So, just blend that in. So when I went to MAC, they told me the girl told me to wash my brushes more often. I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I did it, and then it helped. It helped. It wasn't the only thing, obviously, but it helped. My acne was definitely bacterial. There's just a lot of factors. I touched my face. I trained myself to stop touching my face all the time. I just touch my face in a different way. But I went to a doctor, and my acne was cured through medication and prescription. But I did do a lot of things that helped. I stopped touching my face. I no longer work at that greasy fast food restaurant, obviously. And all that kind of stuff. But for the things that were in my control, like washing my brushes more often, not touching my face. I was able to train myself to stop doing that, so, which ended up being a huge help. I had almost like cured my own acne from healthier habits that I started. The healthier habits that I started. But like I still had a few of them, and then at that point my doctor was like, I can help you with that. And I was like, what? And then, so. But for the most part I had vastly reduced it myself just by healthier habits. Like not touching my face, washing my makeup brushes more, because they were disgusting. And like my makeup sponges, I wash them every single time before I use them. So like right now, this one was clean. I washed it before I used it. Right now, I won't wash it again. I will leave it dirty on my vanity. And then when I want to use it again, like let's say I do my makeup tomorrow, which I don't think so, but maybe. I will get up, because you have to dampen it anyways, right? And I wash it then. So I wash it right before I use it. And I don't mean I just go dampen it. That's not washing. Like I have my beauty blender soap by my sink. I leave it there, and then I just, whenever I go to dampen my sponge, I wash it while I'm there. Because I mean, I'm already up, you know, I'm already doing it, so. That's kind of how I've kind of lazied my way to do stuff. So for concealer, I just used my Too Faced, oh my god, sculpting concealer, wherever, oh, there it is. My Too Faced sculpting concealer, it's just my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's just so good. I feel like this one, if you don't like the tart shape too because it's too dry, this one is very similar. It's just a little more hydrating. In my opinion, it's not as full coverage, but it still like looks really good. I don't know how to explain it. So good. So I will never complain when I use that one. It's just such a good one. So okay, now my skin is ready to be set with a powder. So normally I would, in the middle of the spring and summer, I would want to use like my Laura Mercier translucent powder because that is my most intense powder. Like if I want to be matte or velvet or any kind of like matte variation, like a drier, more filtered and softer look, I will go for the Laura Mercier. But if I want a really natural, like I want it to have the setting powder like power, but I don't want it to look super duper matte, and I kind of want it to still bring a little bit of luminosity. I will use my Sephora Micro Smooth Foundation Powder. So I will use this, and it will temporarily mattify my skin. It does mattify a little bit, but it is so much, I don't know, like lighter and thinner, like the layer of it is, so it's not gonna like mattify my skin all day. It's gonna leave a little bit of that dewiness peeking through, and it's gonna allow my skin to glow throughout the day. It's not gonna keep me matte all day. Unless I pair it with a matte foundation, then it would. But this dewy foundation, and then this dewy primer, and then the dewy foundation, dewy setting spray that I'm gonna use. This little powder does not stand a chance. It will set my makeup, but I will still have control over how I want my finish to look like. So, but I love this powder because it's amazing, and it'll still like make my makeup last all day. So I always double bronze no matter what. So I'm gonna use my the Balm Take Home the Bronze. This is my favorite, one of my favorites. This one and the e.l.f. one. It's just so good, guys. It's so good. I don't think my forehead needs any more bronzer, but we're just gonna add it on there. I messily bronze my nose because It's huge. It's really hard to mess it up. Well, very bulbous nose. And I feel like I always, when I kind of do it kind of messily like this, I always feel like I get the most natural result. But obviously, if you already have like a special or like your own way of doing it, do it your way. But I have a huge bulbous nose, so messy looks natural for me, so. Alright, now for highlight, I'm going to use my Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in the shade Beyond Golden Glow 30. It's a really pretty, like, champagne-y peach. It's so gorgeous. And then I'm going to put it right there. And then we're going to do blush last. Ooh, again. Ooh, that is intense. Okay. It looks a little crazy right now. I don't know what you're doing. I really loaded the brush that time. I'm not too worried about it though. Alright, and now for blush, we are going to use the Melt Cosmetics Buzzkill. So this is the Melt. This is the shade Buzzkill. It looks like this, the peachy one. I think it looks so freaking pretty, guys. It's so gorgeous. I just swirl my brush in the whole thing. Oops. And then I kind of go over everything. I'm blending out a little bit of that highlighter as well, kind of like marrying it together. Blending it out, and then a little bit to the tip of my nose. Blending out that intense highlight I just added, because that was way too much, but that's fine. I don't really mind it as well. It's fine. Looks so pretty. Exactly what I was going for. Kind of want a little bit more blush, so what I'm gonna do, where is it? Is it Songbird? No, it's Opal. What kind of blush did I have? Oh, okay, so I have this one. This is from Essence as well. This is Bespoke. I just want to add a little bit more blush right here. This upper area. There we go. Yep, right here. Like, kind of like the cheek to the temple. I wanted that to be a little more intense, and the the Melt one is just a little more sheer. So I just wanted a little more intensity right here in this area where you guys saw me apply that. So, okay, now next, I don't have a plan. I'm just going with it. Okay, so I'm gonna use my mini Lorac palettes, which I want to use this one in the shade Shimmering. It looks like this. Just a tiny little mini one. So cute. This one's such an easy palette to use. It's so travel friendly. It's just, you use the lightest shade. It's just so easy to work with as well. I love their new formula in this packaging. It is more powdery than their old formula, but as someone as a light medium shade that I am, I feel like these actually show up on my skin versus the old Pro palettes that that Lorac had coming out would not show up on my skin type or my skin tone. I'm sorry, they would just blend away. So I really appreciate the new formula and these new black palettes because they are just, it doesn't come with a mirror though, so they just blend so beautiful. They're just a little more powdery, like I said, than their old formula, but it's still super, it reminds me of Anastasia's formula, but it's so easy and user-friendly, in my opinion. So easy to work with, so I don't mind the fact that they're powdery, but if that bothers you, that they're powdery or something, then I would not recommend those. You would not like these. But they're so easy to use, in my opinion. Just so nice. Now I'm going to grab a smaller brush, because it's too big for what I'm going for. I'm going to grab this one from e.l.f. I'm gonna go into the deeper, like, brick shade. I'm just gonna build that up into the crease, an outer V, right there. And packing brush probably would be better for this step, but I want to blend out at the same time, so I'm just gonna go with what I have right now. But a packing brush for this step would probably be better. I'm just lazy and don't want to grab another brush because it's another brush I have to wash later. Okay, so there we go. Alright, now for the lower lash, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to use the middle shade, the one I used for my transition shade. I'm going to run that in the lower half, or the lower lash line right there. Oops. Wet the brush on accident with my eyeball. And I just left this line right here because I did one of these numbers and it was wet. Oh no. I just gave myself eyeliner. If you ever want to use eyeliner, make sure you wet your brush. Now I'm trying to dry my brush a little bit because I had a little bit of wetness to it. I'm going to try and build that up again. This time I'm not trying to wet my brush. Try not to get it in your eyeball. I'm going to grab a little bit of darker color again, kind of build up just the outer V a little bit more. Like I'm using stamping motions to try and concentrate it a little bit more. Right there, right there. That. And then, there we go. Grab that first transition brush without any more new product. I'm just going to blend out the crease a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to use my favorite shade in this palette, which is this middle shade. As you can tell, it's so messy because it's my favorite. Oh, it's so pretty though. There we go. Look at that. Would you look at it though? Oh my gosh, guys. So pretty. Look at that. So freaking pretty. It's so pretty. I don't need to build it up, but I will. Just so reflective. Oh gosh, so pretty. Okay. So reflective. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Need a little bit more. I didn't set my under my eye very well. I did it loosely with the powder. I'm sorry, with the powder brush earlier, but I'm gonna grab some on my powder on my sponge. Oh my goodness. Cannot talk today. And then kind of blend out those creases I had going because I didn't set it right. Whew. So yeah, that is my eye look. So pretty, guys. This palette is everything. It's just so pretty. I feel like I built this one up a little bit more, so I'm gonna grab a tiny bit more and build it up right there. Kind of try and match the other eye a little bit. Why does it look like that? There we go. It's fine. Yeah, that matches. Okay, now for eyeliner. Okay, so I'm going to use my McQueen New York waterproof pen liner. This is also from Yes Style. Let me just curl my lashes really quick because it's harder. It's going to like, usually if I curl my lashes, it'll lift the liner I have underneath. So I try to do my lashes before doing my eyeliner. Even though it makes it a little bit harder because now your lashes are in the way of you doing your liner. Definitely catch-22, but if I don't curl them right now, when I go to curl them later, it'll lift the liner I just put down. So I have to just pick my battles on that one. And this is how I decide to deal with it. Let me just go ahead and, ooh, I think I took some of my shimmer off too. Sometimes you'll have that. Okay, so I have no idea what my boyfriend is watching. He's watching anime. He's a total nerd. Okay. Now I have eyeshadow all over my nose. You guys can't see it, but I was being a little messy, so I want it to be a little bit higher, a little raised. So let's see if that gives me the look I was going for. Close. Not really, but what I have to work with now, isn't it? I try not to go super close on my eyes, but I messed up on this one, so I had to go all the way to the inside of my eye. I usually start from the middle, but I messed up, so. Ooh, eyes are starting to, I don't know, burn. Ooh. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Okay, there we go. I think that's good enough. A little bit longer. I'm gonna look at Panda. By the end of this, oh god, here we go. I messed up. I made it thicker. Great. I made it thicker. No. Well, now you're committing. He's okay now. I gotta make this one match the other one. I think that's close enough. I actually made this one thicker than this one. Just, I tried to, this is me trying to go thin. It never works. Okay, so that's why I usually stay away from the eyeliner, actually, because I used to be so much better at it when I was younger. Is there anyone else like that? I feel like when I have photos of my bomb ass eyeliner when I was in high school, and now, oh my gosh, I can't do it. I cannot replicate it. There was this trick I had. I would end early and flick it up and something, and it made my eyes look so much prettier, and it gave it a different shape, and I did it every day. It was the best. I stopped doing eyeliner for a really long time because I thought it just kind of darkened up my eyes too much. And then I tried going back to that old style that I used to do, and I haven't been able to replicate it, so ever. It just doesn't come out that way anymore. What does this have to do with dewy skin? Anyways, so I'm using my Glossier mascara. Really, really like this for like a nice natural wispy look. Like right now. Like it's kind of giving me this very natural wispy look. That's all it's really good for though, so don't fall in love with this mascara. It's not worth it unless you already have it. Because you can essentially do this look with any mascara. Just clean off the brush. So I already have this one, so I'm making do with it. But it's so pretty. But you can do this with any mascara. Just clean off the mascara wand, and you can do like a very natural wispy look like this one. I don't know if you guys can see it, but. And then I'm going to layer it with my Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This one, I swear, is like expired. But I'm going to keep using it because I still have some. It's close to being out though, but. I am so messy when it comes to mascara. I don't remember ever getting it on my eyelid as bad as I do now. You would think with time I'd get better with mascara. Get better with mascara, but I feel like I've gotten worse over the years. Because I don't remember it always transferring to my eye like it does now. Maybe that's just me being like an adult and trying to rush through things. I don't know. Where am I rushing to? I'm not going anywhere. Okay, let me dip in a little bit more. And this one, same thing. I love this Thrive mascara. It is amazing. Oh, it's so good. It's an extension, like a tubing extension mascara. Ooh, it is so awesome. So amazing. Bam. Ooh, I don't feel like you can see these. These don't match those. Close. Close enough. Girl, where are your brows? Alright, so I'm going to do my brows off camera because I'm getting off trend. I need to go back and do the Dewy Skin Dewy makeup look. So my brows have nothing to do with that. So I'm going to go ahead and do them off camera. Okay guys, now, so for my brows, I just use what I always use. Some of my favorites from a very long time. The Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in dark brown, I believe. Yes, dark brown. And then the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. For my lips, I just use the ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade, Fab. And then my e.l.f. Mint Melt Gloss in Chocolate Chip. So, it's a tiny amount. Kind of want it to feel like more like a balm, like a glossy balm over like a true like pigmented lipstick. I just want it to look super natural and just glossy, but like my lips but better. So I just use a tiny amount of that. Now for the last step for the glowy routine, where is it? Okay, there it is. Oops. The Catrice Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. So what I like to do with this is, I'm an oily skin girl, so I do not like to spray this all over my face. I will do that only if, you know, I went heavy with the powder, I'm looking a little cakey, a little dry, I will gently spritz this all over my face. But in this case, I like to spritz it onto my sponge. Just a few sprays like that. And then my dampened sponge, I got it on the mirror too, so now it's all. And then kind of do it at the center points. Press it into the areas where I would want that extra glow throughout the day. My nose, my forehead, and my cheeks. Down here a little bit, maybe. But that's it. Now, I'm definitely gonna set my face still, like the other parts I did not set with my sponge and the Dewy control, or the Dewy set by Catrice. That was my Urban Decay All-Nighter. And that is it. This is how I do my glowy skin for the spring and summer. Like, you guys see that? I am reflective. Like, I am so glowy. I feel like this side got a lot more Dewy set, so I'm sorry. Not Dewy set, but like Urban Decay. There we go. I always like miss this area and it always feels super dry. After the rest of my face feels wet. That's what I'm trying to say right now. I miss the spot and I could feel it. So yeah, this is how I get my dewy look. Dewy skin look for oily skin. This really works well for me. Obviously, you can tweak it with products that you already have, products that you already love, and you know how they perform on your skin. But this is how I do it for my oily skin and get this really nice, radiant, glowy look for everyday normal wear. Pretty affordable. A lot of it was drugstore. Obviously, you can substitute the Urban Decay All-Nighter, and then also the concealer and stuff like that. But that's just how I do mine, you know. So obviously, the products I did not talk about today, like my brows and stuff, don't really contribute to the dewy look. I was just, having fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one.